From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is a winter weather alert.
All right, folks, good morning to you. It is 8 o'clock in the Tennessee Valley. Ben Luna alongside Fred Gossage with the very latest on the winter storm that is plaguing the southern mid-state, North Alabama, and northeast Mississippi this morning. We have a lot of coverage and a lot to talk about here over the course of the next few minutes. So strap in, kick back, and watch it snow. We'll also be hearing from more folks out and about as we head through the morning with our special edition live coverage. So a few things to show you. We're going to hop right into it. We're going to start this weather update with a check on our school closings. Really excited about this graphic. We put this together yesterday. This is kind of the old school way of showing school closings and delays. And this is for tomorrow. Today is the 15th. This is for Tuesday, January the 16th, 2024. The only school system in our viewing area that has canceled class for tomorrow so far is Lewis County, Tennessee. Once again, Lewis County, Tennessee classes will be closed tomorrow due to snow across the area. Forgot about hitting that wrong button. Sorry, Fred.
Yeah, we don't want me to either.
Not yet. So anyway, Lewis County closed tomorrow. I am sure that this will be changing colors as we head throughout the remainder of the morning hours.
Yeah, that map's going to look like a Smurf by tomorrow morning.
I'd probably for the rest of the week, more than likely, given how things are around here. We'll have to wait and see. Here's a look at our radar network, Viper, showing, again, those heavier snow bands across parts of the area. And keep in mind, this stuff goes and goes and goes. You really see the uptick in precip intensity back over north central Mississippi this morning. And guess what? All that area is pushing in to, again, southern Tennessee and northwest Alabama, and will continue to add to accumulation totals already that has fallen since last night and even into this morning. I was just out a few minutes ago. Big old flakes are falling currently. You can see again that moisture continues in a training fashion all the way back into portions of Arkansas and even northern Louisiana and even parts of Texas, still seeing some of that moisture this morning. And all of that is going to be flowing across our region as we head through the course of today. All right, here's a look at the Tennessee Valley Storm Tracker. This is Cam and Dustin out and about this morning. Looks like they are at the intersection of Weekly Creek Road and North Military Avenue. They have turned now going into Industrial Park and will be coming up on the old Murray facility there on your right. And we'll be making the curve here in just a moment. Now, from what they have told me and from what I've heard from folks who have been out this morning, the side streets are covered. And the more and more that folks get out, the more compacted that snow will become, the more icy it will become, because temperatures, folks, we'll show you that in a minute, but it is dang cold this morning, putting it as lightly as possible. And it's nasty, so nasty to be out and about. Because of the same scenario that I just described, the compacting of the snow, how cold it is, it becomes basically a solid sheet of ice. Highway 43 south of Highway 64, and even points through town in the north and along Highway 64 as well, are pretty treacherous from what we've been told from people who are being out this morning. And the word from officials, unless you absolutely have to be out, don't. It's not worth it today. Just stay in. And, we've talked about this for days and days and days. I hope and pray that you have prepared because it is not good weather to be out at all this morning. All right, here's a live view from Lawrenceburg. This is from our Skycam. This is the Arctic Air Skycam network, our position on the big old water tank on the north side of town. And you can easily see the traffic is really slow on North Locust Avenue this morning with an air temperature of 14 degrees. That's not a wind chill. It is 14 outside this morning with snow falling.
Not something we see around this part of the country too often around here.
Nope. Here's a look at the beautiful Florence Harbor Marina. Our Marina Cam looking over the I guess that's Pickwick Lake and the O'Neill Bridge there, and still some decent accumulation. Now, North Alabama saw a bit more sleet and more icing than what southern Tennessee did. So if you look at that and you say, oh, there's not a lot of snow down there. Yeah, there is, but there's also a decent layer of ice underneath that as well. And that too has made for major issues across North Alabama. Here's a live look through our icy camera lens, courtesy of the Colbert County EMA in downtown Tuscumbia. Beautiful picture there from the Colbert County Courthouse in Tuscumbia this morning. And we'll continue along our camera journey to downtown Columbia, actually just south of downtown. This is the Skycam view from Murray County 911. They're just off of 243, right behind the new NHC facility. If you're familiar with that part of South Columbia, snow continues to come down there this morning. We'll continue our camera journey back out to Waynesboro and Winter Wonderland this morning overlooking central Wayne County, and again easily see those big old snowflakes coming down this morning across central Wayne County. We'll check out Savannah. Savannah has actually been one of the deeper snow totals as it has appeared through the overnight, and then they were quick to start piling up. And I saw Fred's updates this morning as I was working my way into the office, and traffic for your 5 and 6 was moving across the bridge. Ain't nobody moving across that bridge.
Yeah, it was
right now.
really slow, but they were moving. There's nobody there. And we did, within the past half hour, got some 5 to 6 inch reports from back in McNairy County. So that may translate over into parts of Hardin County as well. And Waterloo, you were talking about Northwest Alabama, before sunrise, they already had reports of over 4 inches of snow there.
Incredible. Iuka is next on our camera list, and this will take us down to northeast Mississippi. Blustery all morning at the Iuka City Hall overlooking downtown. I would say it's probably been a few Sundays since they had snow that deep in northeast Mississippi, at least like that. So frozen in place this morning there. And Fred, I've got one more shot I want to share with you. I've got to switch sources over here.
All right.
This is live outside the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. I set up a camera out back this morning. Our brand new broadcast facility borders Bobby Brewer Park, and there's the pond in Bobby Brewer Park in the distance there. That is the Lawrenceburg Athletic Complex, for those of you who don't know. And one of the most picturesque pictures this morning that we can deliver to you. And snow is continuing just to come down here at our broadcast facility. Would like to make that more permanent at some point, a live camera out there, but that right now is just a temporary overview of the pond in the backyard.
Trying to see if we see our unofficial pet otter from the pond, but I don't see him.
So we do have, and we've got several animal mascots in a way. Bob the weather cat, Kelly's pup, Mr. Theo. And then we have an otter that lives in that pond. So anyway, I always thought that was pretty cool. So that we had a pond. Here's a look at temperatures across the area this morning. It is a cold, blustery start. Many of you in the teens, 14 in Lawrenceburg and Waynesboro. Columbia and Lewisburg checking in the same 20 degrees at Muscle Shoals Airport this morning, 17 in Iuka, 23 in Russellville, the same in Moulton, 22 in Athens this morning. The River City of Decatur checking at 26, Rocket City at 24, 11 degrees in downtown Memphis this hour. Memphis has just shocked me with how cold it's been in West Tennessee. 18 in McMinnville this morning. Parsons checking in at 13 degrees currently. Here's a look at road temperatures. This is playing a big part in why not to travel. 17 in Lawrenceburg, 16 Columbia, 21 in Athens, 20 in Florence this morning, 24 in Moulton. Everybody in our viewing area, the road temp is below freezing, well below freezing this morning. And again, what falls, though it might be a fine powdery snow that for a short time is easy to drive in, the more and more compacted it becomes as you progress through the day. People do get out despite, best efforts. It's going to become a solid sheet, and it's not going to go anywhere as we head through the next 24 hours.
while you have it there, we had a snow event in the Birmingham area late January of 2014 where temperatures got down into the teens and the lower 20s. It was a really dry, powdery snow. And because it was kind of a sudden, almost surprise situation with the snow sneaking about 20 miles farther north than expected into the Birmingham metro, we had all that traffic trying to get back home at the last minute. That compacted everything down, and that turned the interstates into a sheet of ice. That's that snowpocalypse 2014 you sometimes hear about in the Birmingham area. So if you could stay off the roads, if at all possible, that might allow it to be a little more passable once we get into the next couple days. We get a little bit of sunshine on the roadway. So try to stay off today so that it doesn't pack into a sheet of ice, and we might clear the roads up a little faster than we otherwise would as we get into the middle of the week. We'll see how that goes. We need a little sunshine on the roads before that starts, and I don't think that's going to be tomorrow.
No, not for a while. Fred, I'm going to let you take it from here if that's okay.
Okay.
I've got our morning guest that just walked in, so I'm going to hop over to the other studio and get him set up.
All right. And so the radar showing the snow band that we've been watching for the past several hours from southern middle Tennessee down through North Alabama into North Mississippi, it continues to grow in intensity from here back into Arkansas, just like we were expecting. So we probably have about another 6 or 7 hours of this to go where this increasingly heavy snow trains across the area. So expect more accumulation as we go through the next several hours. Winter storm warning continues for all of the viewing area counties here in pink. That expires at 6 a.m. on our Tuesday morning. So it goes through the rest of the day and the rest of the night. It expires at sunrise here on our Tuesday morning for significant sleet, snow, ice accumulations, and widespread travel problems. Here's the latest thinking we've had this morning on overall final snowfall projections. That's not just what's going to happen today, but you also add what happened last night to what's coming through today, and you get a final overall snowfall total of 5 to 8 inches across a large part of southern middle Tennessee, down into northwestern areas of Lauderdale County, Alabama, northern Tishomingo County, Mississippi, and within this zone, it's very possible that the overall snowfall totals, when you add all of it together from today and last night, there could be a few isolated totals a little higher than that. The reason why we're not just showing what additional is coming is you go out there to stick your ruler out to give me a measurement, and you can't differentiate between what fell last night and what's falling today. When you stick your ruler into the snow, you're not going to be able to tell that difference if you weren't taking measurements repeatedly through the overnight. So we're doing the overall final storm totals with our map here, and that's what is affecting the travel, because the snow that is there from last night is still on the ground. So it's still just as important to how much snow there is on the ground today. So that's the reason why we're combining last night's totals with what's coming today. Down to Florence in the Shoals Metro, back to Cherokee and into northern Limestone County, 4 to 6 inches of snow with isolated heavier totals possible. And then it tapers off south of there, but still as much as 3 to 4 inches possible near the Tennessee River in the northern part of Colbert County, all the way back into the Athens area, because it's snow a little farther south this morning than it was last night, but not by a whole lot. You get south of that into Franklin County, into Lawrence County, Alabama, Morgan County, Alabama, southern Limestone County. A lot of this is going to be sleet and freezing rain, even if some snow mixes in. The pink zone here on this map is where we expect the highest chance of sleet and freezing rain mixing in, and another 1/10 to 3/10 of an inch of a combination of sleet and freezing rain mixing in across the area. Here's the Futurecast breakdown showing that snow icy mix from northwest Alabama through middle Tennessee. Notice as we enter the late morning, the intensity really ramp up over northwest Alabama into southern Tennessee as we go toward the late morning and the midday hours. This is when I think we'll have some really heavy snowfall rates across the area that may rapidly accumulate. Once we get closer to 1, 2, 3 o'clock, it gradually starts to taper off from west to east. And I think going closer to 4 or 5, a lot of this is done except for lingering flurries. And then we start to gradually clear the clouds out overnight. The reason why that's important is if you've ever lived here long enough to deal with some of these winter storms where we have a deep snowpack and then we clear the clouds out overnight, radiational cooling really takes effect and we get way on down into the single digits, and we'll do that overnight tonight for morning lows by daybreak. And then across southern middle Tennessee, I think we struggle to ever get out of the upper teens for daytime highs tomorrow afternoon. In northwest Alabama, likely staying only into the lower 20s. It's going to be frigid out there. So a high impact winter storm continuing through today. In that heavy snow area we've been talking about, once you add last night's snow with today's snow, 4 to 8 inch snow accumulations are possible, if not likely, and there may be a few isolated heavier totals in that heaviest band. Sleet and freezing rain mixing in, especially south of the Tennessee River in North Alabama, and significant widespread travel issues will continue today and tonight, and they don't really clear up for the next couple days. It takes Wednesday and a Thursday with some sunshine on these roads and temperatures getting closer to or above the freezing mark to get these roads sorted out. And still the possibility of some short-lived isolated power outages in the heavier snow area, but we're not talking about long-duration power outages like you might see in a blizzard or an ice storm. It's not that kind of situation, fortunately, here across the Tennessee Valley. Winter storm warning remains in effect for all of the viewing area until 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. We'll continue to have live updates here for the next few hours. At the top of every hour, we'll do that through 2 o'clock this afternoon when we do think that even though there still may be some snow falling, things will start to ramp down then, and most all of you will be off the roads and where you need to be well before then. So we'll start coming away from the live cut-ins at 2 p.m. and transition over to gathering your snow pictures together, your snowfall accumulation reports and things like that, and getting social media updated. For Ben Luna, I'm Fred Gossage, live from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. Stay with Tennessee Valley Weather. We'll keep you advised.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.